So what is that thing that actually holds us back in life, keeps us from going after our dreams, making changes, having the life that we always wanted?
Drinking beer?
No, sorry. Well, okay. In my case, maybe. But that's a topic for another video, and I'm sure there will be plenty of videos about that. What I'm talking about is fear. Fear of trying something new, fear of going out of our comfort zone, fear of going against what everybody says we should do, fear, fear of failing, fear of what if I try my best and it doesn't even work. Like, at least when we don't try, then there's always that thought in the back of our mind, that when I really decide to try it, it'll work. But what if I really try and it doesn't work? Who wants to face that? Like I tell you, I hit 60 this year, okay? This is not even, a birthday milestone crisis. This is something else because I actually turned 60 9 months ago. This is me looking at my life and realizing I hate it. There's so many things in my life that I hate, and I'm freaking 60 now. It's like, oh, cute little bunny rabbit. If I'm ever going to make any kind of serious changes in my life, when is it going to be? Like, if not now, when? Okay. I decided to go big or go home. I mean, I am out of time. I'm not really out of time, but I am running out of time. And if I don't start, I'm out of time. So I need to start now. And I'm going to tell you that I decided not only to face all my fears, I decided to do it in the scariest way possible. Not only am I going to, one by one, try to cross stuff off my list that I've been wanting to do forever, like figure out how to make more money and have a clean house like normal people and lose weight and get in shape and eat healthy, all these things. Yeah, I'm going to do them all, but I am going to do them in the scariest way possible. I am going to record myself doing them and I'm going to upload them to YouTube. Okay. Yeah, I've really lost my mind, but you know what? I'm at a point in my life where it's now or never. Go big or go home. If I fail, I fail. But you know what? At 60 and where I am right now in my life, I feel like I've already failed. But that doesn't have to be the end of the story. So let's pick up the story now and start over. I know you don't feel like you get do-overs, but I'm going for a do-over. Oh, shit. I can't really, I don't remember anything about this song, but there was some song like years ago. The only thing I remember from it was the line, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. And if I had to sum this whole video up right now, that's it. That's how I feel right now. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Did you ever just get so mad that you just want to break everything? I mean, smash dishes, yell and scream because you look around you and you're disgusted by everything and you just want to get rid of it. That's how I've been feeling for the last 3 weeks. And oh boy, I'm coming into the sun here. Sorry about that. I've been ruminating about this for 3 weeks. And I'm not going to lie. I told my sister what I was going to do and she thought I was out of my mind. She's like, are you crazy? That sounds horrible. Who would ever want to do that? And I really thought about what she said. And I kind of see her point. But we're different people and we've had different lives and different backgrounds. her life has been much more stable and traditional than my life has been. And I realize I need to do this, not just for me. Well, okay, yeah, for me, but for other people. I cannot possibly be the only person out there who is sitting in there looking at their life and saying, what the hell happened? How did this happen to me? How did I get here? This is not where I was planning to go. And maybe if I take people on my journey with me, maybe some people out there will watch my videos and say, you know what? I feel the same way. I want to try that. Maybe I'll inspire people. Maybe I'll motivate people. And honestly, I need the accountability. You know, I've tried, obviously, for years to make changes in my life, and here I am, so obviously I haven't made them. And I've never broadcasted it, or I've never done anything big like this. Maybe I need the pressure pot. I don't want to really be under the pressure pot, but not being under the pressure pot has never worked. So let's try it. And also, I don't want to do it alone. You know, when you make big changes, you know, things that don't get fixed in a day, and they take years or months, it's a long, lonely journey. Maybe some people will go along on the journey with me. Maybe somebody will watch one of my videos and say, oh my God, God bless you for trying to do this. And send me love in the comments, and I won't feel so alone. And you know, just so you know, there's 1,000 reasons to end up here. And I have really good reasons, and you might too. And you might feel the same way. And you'll be like, oh, but this happened and that happened. And everything takes time and life is challenging. Believe me, that's how I feel. And you know what? I'm not even beating myself up about that. I've been through some shit. Been through a lot of shit in my life. And I'm not even saying that where I am right now isn't justified, because honestly it is. But what I am saying is that it doesn't matter. The reality is, here I am right now. What can I do about it now? And in case, you know what, wasn't actually thinking about digressing here, but I'm going to give you a quick overview of my reasons, because we all have reasons. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, but I have reasons. So I want you to know I understand. And I get that. For me, my reasons were, I started out as a kid with a father who was extremely strict and controlling and difficult to live with. I became like a doormat. I hated my life. I never really quite fit into the mold of, I was a good student, but I don't know. I always felt like an outsider. So at 18, I packed up all my worldly belongings as soon as I graduated from high school and moved 1,500 miles away to Florida on my own. Okay, that was a big wake-up moment, okay? Life was hard. I didn't have the skills to support myself. It was a struggle, and it was really hard. Then a few years later, not very many, like 3 or 4 years later, I met a narcissist. I met someone and married him. Again, I was only 22. And guess what? He was so much like my father, only even worse, like on steroids. Controlling, dominating. I just became more and more of a doormat. Finally, after 20 years with him, I got up the nerve to leave him and take the 2 kids and leave. Then guess what? I was a single mom. I don't have life skills. I don't have a career. So I lived for 5 years struggling from day to day to day, trying to just figure out how to pay the rent. Then my daughter developed well, not then, but during that time, my daughter developed some mental illness and she struggled, and at 18, she committed suicide. Then I spent the next 12 years working my way out of that nightmare of grief. And you know what? Here I am. Now I'm 60. I'm still saying to myself, I got to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. Oh, hello, you're 60. I still want to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. I just suddenly realized it's kind of late for that. I kept thinking I'll figure it out. I'll find something. I kept thinking that and thinking that. And I'm still thinking that. And you know what? That's another reason I want to make this YouTube channel. Because I have a secret dream to be a full-time YouTuber. Okay. Nobody that I know feels like that's normal. Everybody just rolls their eyes like, oh my God, what a harebrained idea that is. And it's true, it is. But at this point, honestly, what am I supposed to do? I can barely pay my bills, and I can't actually even cover all my bills, but mostly I can. Well, what are my options? Get a third job, work at the deli at the grocery store, be a clerk at Walmart. Like, you know, if I have to at this point do that on top of all the other crap I do, I might as well just freaking give up. I might as well give up. And I don't, despite everything, I don't want to give up. I refuse to give up. So for now, for this moment, I'm going to finally go after my dream. I'm going to do it. I don't know if anybody will be interested in watching my videos, and you know what? I know at least they'll help me stay on the course. And one thing my sister said, she's like, oh my God, that's so much pressure. And at first I thought, oh my God, she's right. What am I committing with? You know, do we understand what we're committing to here? Then I thought about it and I'm like, no, it doesn't have, it's only pressure if it has to be perfect. Like, oh, I was doing this and doing that, but then, oh my God, this week went to hell and I didn't do any of it. Like, you know, how are you going to report in on YouTube about that? And it's like, you know what? I am going to report in on YouTube like that because that's what the journey looks like. If it was a smooth and easy journey, it would be no big deal. And anyone else who's wants to start on a journey like mine, it's not going to be smooth and easy for them either. So it's okay if I have weeks that are giant epic fails. I'll just come on and say, oh, this week was an epic fail, but this is what I'm going to do next week to try and get back on track. Because that is the path. And the truth is, everything I've done in the past has not been the path. This all or nothing, you got to get it, you got to fix it, you got to make everything perfect. That's got to go bye-bye. Because life isn't perfect. And it gets hard. But it keeps going. And you can't give up. You just have to keep, oh, I just got out of the sun. That feels way better. You just have to keep going. So please excuse my rants. I spent all day, well, I spent the last 3 weeks trying to mentally prepare myself to do this. And it got more and more exciting in my mind. And I decided yesterday, tomorrow's the day. I'm going to make the first video and I'm going to start tomorrow. And once I do that, that's it. You're going to be a regular YouTube poster. You are going to post the good, the bad, and the ugly. And as much as I psyched myself up, it took me all day to actually hit the record button. And yes, earlier in this video, you saw me carrying a beer. Yeah, I'm carrying a beer. It's okay. So what? So freaking what? These have been my life coping skills because life is hard and we all have our bad habits and our coping skills. But what do I have to do? Quit drinking beer in order to start? No, start now. How I am, as I am. Big part of this journey, I think, is just going to be accepting myself. And, oh, I could rant about that a little bit. You know what? I think I am. What if who we are and that person who we are doesn't fit into the molds and doesn't do well in all the stereotypical traditional paths, and we struggle in life because we don't fit into society's neat little mold? What if that's how God made us and that's the perfect way we're supposed to be? What if our whole life was supposed to be coming to the conclusion that how we are is actually perfect? What if I could actually take all these crazy creative things about me, which, by the way, don't lead to a lot of income, but I am very creative. What if I was meant to spend my whole life learning to embrace those things? And what if I could actually make money just being me? What if I could stop trying to fix me and change me to make me the person that everybody thinks I should be, or how I should make a living, or whatever? What if I had the whole thing upside down and it was backwards? And then my whole life was meant to come up to this point where I suddenly realized, what if you're just you, and you is actually amazing? I don't know. That's just a big what if. But I think it's not too late. Well, it can't be too late. Because if I have to decide it's too late, then I don't really have a big will to live. I cannot stand the thought that the rest of my life will just go nowhere. Yeah, I've been through a lot. I've lived through life's experience, but I've also learned a lot from those things. I've gained a lot from those things. But it all took time, like a lot of time. So what if I'm 60? You know, the truth is, my body says, oh, have you looked in the mirror lately? But my mind isn't really any different. My mind is still that kid that's like, yeah, I love this. I want to do this. I'm going to do some crazy thing. I have dreams. I have, the fact that I'm 60. It only sucks if I decide that it sucks. What if I just decide that it doesn't suck? What if I decide to use that to my advantage? What if I decide to just break out and try something for once? I mean, really, honestly, what do I really have to lose? I make a bunch of videos, nobody watches them, nobody cares, and eventually I delete them. Like, so what? Is the internet going to come to an end if I do that? Not really. Not really. Honestly, what do I care? I mean, what do I care really? What people think? What if I just stopped caring? So, if by any chance you're really sick of your life too, and you find yourself like me, what I say to you is get bold, subscribe. Let's do this together. Join me in this wild ride, and let's just see where it goes. I mean, why not? Well, okay. I guess it's official. I am turning all of my agonizing defeats into some kind of YouTube epic adventure of me trying to make some progress in my life. But like every hero, I have an arch enemy. And I decided I might as well just get this over with, bring her right on up into the spotlight. So watch this next video to meet the thorn in my side.